Hello, everybody. It's time to start. Welcome to SDC. Actually, I'm very glad to introduce TVkey solution. I'm not sure you are familiar with TVkey. So this is literally the TVkey. So you might have seen that in our demonstration booth. So I will introduce the background of this TVkey and what you can do with this TVkey. So I hope you to get the basic information about the TVkey and return after this session. That is the objective of today's session. So first of all, I am Charles Lim. I am the software project manager in Samsung. So I'm responsible for this TVkey project. This is the content of today's presentation. So from the background and major features of the TVkey and the status and what will be provided next. And I will introduce the TVkey Cloud function. And we will get to the summary at the end. So you can ask me whenever you have questions. Okay. So let's begin. This is the background of this TVkey. First of all, TVkey itself is for the operator, basically. So we wanted to replace the set-top box with this kind of small dongle type of the TVkey. So by doing so, we'd love to satisfy this kind of stakeholders. Let's see what the stakeholders want in this kind of content, the world. So seeing the studio, their concern is how to distribute their premier contents in secure way. That is their main concern. So they define like enhanced content protection, ECP profile. And operator, definitely they are distributing their contents through set-top box or the OTT application and so on. So from their perspective, the cost is quite the key to them. And definitely the business opportunity to increase the subscriber must be the key factor. Consumer, you can see here this cable. So I also have this kind of experience. I already have. So because I am using the set-top box, so it caused the messy cable. Something like that. So it doesn't look good. And definitely the nice, easy to use is quite important to them, and cost as well. Manufacturer like Samsung, so from our perspective, we have to satisfy the customer, so in any manner. So that is our key objective. And the second is differential function to other competitor. Yeah. So we need that kind of function. And definitely good contents. Nowadays, the delivering of the good contents to our TV is quite important. So nowadays, most of TV have a Netflix application to distribute their content. That is, the stakeholder situation in this ecosystem. So seeing the solution so far we have, we have the more solution, but I just want to talk about these two solutions. First of all, PCM-CIA-based solution. So this is a way to provide the solution other than the set-top box. Just providing PCM-CIA type, it wanted to replace the set-top box, the functionality. That was the objective. So in Europe country, Common C interface and CI Plus is quite dominant in that area. Cable card was also tried in the US market, But at the moment, I don't think it was successful. So DRM, you must be familiar with DRM solution, right? So in order to watch the OTT contents, then definitely we have to install the DRM solution into your TV. So now, sorry, the PC. But nowadays, it already went to the CE device as well. So even Samsung TV are supporting most of the DRM solution now. But unfortunately, this was a software-based solution. So sometimes we could see the hacking in the real market. So you must have seen that kind of news article in the home page. So Play Ready and Wideband is the representative of that. So we had a concern now we can see the lots of the 4K contents. So it's quite not that long since we promote this 4K content, right? So like 2 years ago, we didn't think this 4K content is quite prevalent at the moment. But at the time we worried about how we can distribute that kind of 4K content securely. So that was basically initiative of this TVkey solution, together with satisfying the operator. So this was a mission for the TVkey. These three, to satisfy the high level security. So Movie Labs, as I explained to you, Movie Labs defined the ECP profile to secure their contents delivery. And to use a new module form factor. So we have chosen this kind of the USB-based solution. And from the operator perspective, without set-top box, if they remove the set-top box, then they needed a kind of way to customize their UI. So we developed some way for them to customize their UI. So 2015, Samsung, as a #1 in TV manufacturer, the Nagra #1 CAS operator, so we signed collaboration agreement to develop the solution to solve that kind of issue. Now you can see the logo. This is the official logo of the TVkey. So I will explain about the major features which TVkey can provide. So this is showing the TVkey stakeholders. So this broadcaster, you can imagine, right? So broadcaster need to encrypt their contents following the TVkey solution. And then the encrypted contents can be distributed to the TV. Then TV inside, we put the hardware root of trust inside. So and dongle also put the hardware root of trust as well. So by doing so, we can secure the link between the communication, even a transport stream. So here, SoC vendor have to put that hardware block inside. Host manufacturer like us, we also have to follow the TVkey standard. So from the broadcaster, SoC vendor, host manufacturer, dongle provider, this is the main stakeholder of this ecosystem. But the one thing is, Samsung and Nagra, we are preparing the joint venture to open this standard to the public. So by doing so, we can, allow the other operator and other manufacturer to join later. So this can be done under the joint venture umbrella. So here, this will provide a certificate and a license and so on. live descrambling, this is a quite basic function of the TVkey. So once the content is coming from the tuner or internet, whatever, then this live descrambling session is established between the TV hardware and the dongle. Then this dongle should descramble the content with a global key and then re-encrypt that content with the local key. So that means the content from here and the content outside will be different. So even this content is leaking, it shouldn't be leaking, but in case it is leaking, then anyway, that content itself is local key encrypted. That means, the content will not be played in the other TV. So, yeah, this is the basic operation of the live descrambling. This is, the PVR recording function and time shifting function is also quite, a key feature. So this can be done with this kind of TVkey. So when the user wants to record their contents, then session will be established. And then in response to this session, then dongle will give a PVR license with the PVR key. Then TV should encrypt that content with provided PVR key. So, and then TV will store the recorded content here together with the license. Then once the content is recorded here, right? So I explained you the license and the content itself will be stored. Then it will be the license itself will be delivered to the dongle. Then dongle will provide the relevant PVR key to decrypt recorded content. So with that PVR key, then TV can descramble the contents, recorded contents. That is the basic working. In the TVkey specification, we define the way how to support the companion screen. So it's like a Chromecast. It's very similar as Chromecast, but the difference is the connection between the dongle and the mobile device will be secured. So when mobile requests the kind of the establishment of the connection, then relevant key should be exchanged to check the validity. And if it is allowed, then the secure connection is established. Then through that channel, the private information can be delivered through. This is dongle MMI. Then what happened? Dongle operator want to show something on top of the TV. So that is the way dongle MMI. So for example, when dongle monitoring something, they recognize to show something. Then in that case, they just give a kind of message to the TV. Then TV will show that message using the Samsung's native UI. So this kind of message and kind of protocol, using the kind of protocol, TV can show that required message on our TV. The other use case, dongle. Dongle is I explained you, dongle is a kind of replacement of the set-top box. That means set-top box, dongle need to upgrade their software. Software is inside here, right? So there must be some way to replace the software. So this is providing that solution. So through the air channel. So the updated software will be delivered, then it will be upgraded through TV. The dongle can upgrade their image. And this OCM TVkey application, this will be explained later, but anyway, that information also can be delivered and stored into TV.
I have a question.
Yep.
What kind of operating system is it running?
Sorry, to be honest, I don't know, because the responsibility between this, at the moment the dongle is being provided by Nagra Vision. Yep. This is what we defined, the solution we developed. So we launched the product, but at the moment I don't know what kind of OS they used.
So they're using Nagra solution.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this is another function. I think this is important to operator. So operator perspective, they have to customize their UI on top of our TV. So this is the solution for that. So we defined operator configuration file OCM for that purpose. TVkey OCM file is based on the XML, so extensible. This is how it works. You can see OCM file is defined somewhere. Then it can be downloaded from the dongle and air and internet. Then this operator configuration file will be installed in our TV. So here, what kind of function can be provided with OCM file is like this. Operator's channel list. Channel list is packaged in here. And operator logo. So you might be familiar with the operator's logo itself, right? So logo can be packaged here as well. So download and install operator supervisor app. Supervisor app will be explained later, but this is for the basically the operator's UI application. Again, this I already explained. Broadcasting through broadcasting and the dongle internet, it can be downloaded. So supervisor app, this is a new terminology which is defined in the TVkey specification. So this is for the operator's application development purpose. So supervisor application, it is HTML5 based and JavaScript and smart TV application. Operator perspective, they can use that technology for this. And based on, this is based on the HBB TV middleware specification. So some of your guys must be familiar with this, but basically it is also derived from the HTML5. And supervisor app has a privileged status. So when it is installed in our TV, then it can be running background with a privilege and to monitor something for their own purpose. So run permanently when TV is on. So again, allows the operator to develop their own UI. Then what operator can do with this supervisor application? So basically, that is HBB TV specification and together with the JavaScript API. So here, broadcaster video can be controlled by the HBB TV application. So manipulation of the broadcast video playing, channel list visibility, channel change, and access to the EPG data. This is for the OTT content, playback of the on-demand content, and live content. So we support the DVB dash and streaming. So, advertisement insertion can be done under the HBB TV specification. This is media synchronization between broadcasting and broadband. Companion screen as well. So from the discovery of the application and the launching of the application can be possible with this interface. And there are a kind of case which the dongle and the TV application need to exchange each other in private. So we can provide a kind of a private channel. This is the way, like user information, whatever. So that I explained the basic major function of the TVkey so far. Then I will tell you the status of the TVkey and what will be next. This is status. So currently, we call that private phase with the Samsung and Nagra. So this is at the moment we are preparing the joint venture, but not open public yet. Again, explain you right. Joint venture is being prepared, and we launched this solution to the basically Europe market and the Indian markets in 2017, last year, yeah. And we are discussing with other operators as well. Then what is next? So far what I explained to you is about just this kind of physical thing, right? So, but we realized as OTT is developed day by day, so we thought the internet-related solution is quite necessary. So we developed for that purpose for internet world. So that means we don't need this TVkey anymore. So we announced the solution in September this year in Amsterdam, IBC. This is part of the article. Then let's talk about what is TVkey Cloud. Again, TVkey Cloud is mostly most of function is derived from the existing dongle-based solution. So all function which I explained will be available in TVkey Cloud as well. Here, the only difference between the dongle-based is this part. So because getting rid of the dongle, so that kind of logic which was in a dongle should be moved to the licensed server side. That is, which is a cloud. So CAS server to exchange a kind of key between the TV and the operator, and application hosting, which was in this dongle, but it also should be hosted in this kind of server. So other than that, most of the function will be the same. So operator perspective, instead of this, then they have to put their own server. Then it will collaborate with our TV, existing TV as well. So quite transparent from our perspective, because instead of dongle, so the server is necessary. That is simply understandable. So TVkey Cloud, I explained you inherit all customization option from the existing TVkey solution. This is because so far it was quite predictable when we have to install operator's application. When in case of the dongle solution, that is when the user inserts the dongle, then that is the time we have to install their application into our TV. But we removed this dongle, physical dongle, so we required a kind of way to install their application into our TV. So we prepared kind of logic to install their application in a cloud solution. This is so right after unpacking our TV, which is the OB experience, out-of-box experience, you can see the available operator list in the menu. Then you can choose. Then most of the TVkey related information will be installed at that time. Here, this is one example. So when the out-of-box experience, you can see the kind of the available TVkey operator list. So user perspective, user can choose. Then depending on user selection, then the TVkey application will be installed. So in that phase, you can give a special offer to the user. If the user lose that chance, or if user subscribe that package later than purchasing this TV, then user can find the available application in our Smart TV application, Smart TV apps panel. Then when the user find that installation application here, then they can install that application through one application here. So no extra equipment necessary for watching the pay TV content. This is different than dongle solution. Wow, we already got to this summary page. Yeah? So this is what I want to emphasize you. I hope you too remember after this session. So we launched the dongle-based solution 2017 and available now. So that is mostly for the one-way solution, broadcasting environment. It is important. And now we are preparing TVkey Cloud. So this will be available from now 19 product. So this is for the internet world. So again, TVkey security is it's quite high level, assured high level security through the hardware root of trust put in our TV. Now we are in the private phase with Nagra. So we are preparing the joint venture. So it will be ready, like next year. I hope so. Yeah, that's all for today. So do you have any question? Sorry.
Thank you. Two questions. One is about user experience, and the other is about metadata handling.
Okay.
Yeah. For the first question, if Samsung Smart TV observes the set-top box, then it means that the cable operator will be sharing the same input device, the Samsung remote controller, for controlling exploiting their services. Then that the user interface app is heavily depending on the remote controller design. For example, you can imagine a very complicated DirecTV remote controller and the most simplified and modern Samsung Smart TV controller. So if the input device changes in next year, who is responsible for updating the app according to the change design in the remote controller?
Oh, actually, that is exactly should follow the existing scheme as the smart TV application. So remote control itself will be should be used the exactly same one as our Samsung's one should be used.
That's the idea.
Right?
Yeah.
And all the application development should be done by the operator.
Okay, then the operators will be designing the app to be compatible with the
Yes, we don't. Samsung
guideline.
perspective, we
Yeah.
only provide our TV equipment.
Okay.
Then all application for operator it should be done by operator.
I see. The second question is about the metadata. Your structure, your architecture is protecting frame pixels. Yeah.
Sorry, the protecting what?
Protecting frames, especially from the premium HD content.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I believe you will be decoding the frames in the trust zone. Yeah.
Yes, right.
Yeah. But if you used the HBB TV middleware for dealing with metadata, I believe the metadata is exposed, meaning that the metadata for the TV show that I'm watching right now throughout the service will be shareable in the middleware, HBB TV middleware. Is it true or?
Actually, this is not for securing the metadata.
Yeah,
this
that's
is this is for the the securing the premium content.
Got it. Yeah.
So in the ECP profile, there is a kind of I don't remember the terminology, SMP, which is the area the content itself should be secured in that box. Yeah. So, the area is for securing the premium content, audio, video file itself.
Yeah.
So not the metadata.
But not metadata.
Yeah. So
Okay.
HBB TV is for drawing something and exchanging the information. That is for HBB TV's perspective. So underneath the premium contents will be used for playing the contents. So that is for securing the underneath the audio video contents.
Okay. Thank you.
What model year TVs is this going to be available for? Is it 2017 forward or?
2017, I don't remember yet exactly, but the above 6 series.
Okay.
Above 6 series. So as I told you, it requires hardware root of trust inside. So our chipset is available in above the 6 series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
No, yeah.
So does this TVkey work with like other existing third-party DRM schemes like Play Ready? How does it work? I mean, sometimes you like different segments might have different license, right? How are you going to work with this kind of Play Ready's DRM protected content?
Sorry, could you say again? I couldn't understand that.
Like if people are viewing like DRM protected contents, like Play Ready protected contents, does TVkey, I mean, this technology kind of work with it, or it's just kind of in a totally different spectrum?
Like a Play Ready, like the wide byte, they are, we can call that the DRM, but they are using the different technology, right? The same, the TVkey is kind of different, the technology. Yeah, sure. Okay, then if you don't have more questions, then let's call it a day. Thank you for coming.